So hello and welcome. It is the first Sunday meditation of 2024. My name is Sarah McLean, and I'm glad you're here with us. We're sitting here with about 30 people or so on Zoom, and if you're watching this recording, I'm glad you're here with us. And if you would, all of us, let's imagine that we are sitting in a room or out in a beautiful field or by the beach in a big circle. And that we don't have to even introduce ourselves to know that we're all here for one reason. That reason is to wake up to who we really are, to the wonder and beauty of our lives, to the love that lives through us, as us, to our kindred spirits, and to knowing that no matter what we do, no matter whatever each one of us does, we will never be more deserving of love than we already are. So no matter what your resolution has been, no matter what your intentions are, there is nothing you can do to make you more lovable than you already are. What a great relief. What a great relief. There's nothing you have to fix. There's nothing you have to change. As a matter of fact, if you commit to meditating every day, and I'll tell you some of the mainstays of that, you can naturally unfold like a rosebud unfolds into its beautiful self. So there's nothing you have to do except for trust the process and get out of your own way. Get out of your own way. So often I've talked about in meditation that, the stress comes and it sort of masks your true nature. Your true nature is a word they use in Zen Buddhist tradition to mean your soul, your spirit, that unconditioned part of you. And stress can accumulate so that you forget who you are. You can't see clearly who other people are. You can't see the world for what it is, a play of consciousness. Instead, you get trapped in the heaviness of the stress that accumulates without you even knowing it. Some people have heard me talk about this moment. I had this realization. I was living in Sedona, Arizona, and I used to sit facing the mountains toward the east, and the sun would come up over the mountains. And I'd meditate for a while and have my book and my timer, my candle, and I'd sit for about 20 minutes. And then at the end of meditation, if you've ever done this, you open your eyes slowly and you see the world just a little more clearly. It's almost like someone has taken your glasses that you wear and has cleaned off the food and the fingerprints, and the world is a little shinier, a little clearer. And as I opened my eyes, this dust motes were caught in the sunbeams, and I could see them floating around the room. And it dawned on me that these dust motes eventually are going to land, and they're going to land on one thing specifically that I notice is the glass table in front of me. And as they land on the table, I won't notice that. I don't notice that until after some time, the dust is so thick that it starts to mask the qualities of the table, mask the qualities of the glass, which is transparent and shiny, reflective. It's this clear glass that when the dust motes start to collect, that becomes hidden from us. The table hasn't changed, but the dust has hidden its qualities. And that's what happens to each one of us as we go through the world and we're met with rudeness, maybe stress from the news, fear, hearing what's going on and feeling the suffering in our own bodies that's existing, that we hear about across the world. This is the accumulation of stress or dust motes that hide from you your awareness of who you really are. And it clouds and shrouds your ability to see the world clearly through your own eyes. And so also what can happen is we can get very, very distracted by other people's business or by the circus out there. And there is one, and it's purposeful. It's to keep you distracted from your own true nature, which is wise and kind and powerful and presence and is love. It is, you are love. I am love. And love lives through me, as me, like it lives through you as you. But when we don't tune in to who we really are, and this is where that daily meditation practice comes in handy, when we don't dust the table, when we don't clean our glasses, so to speak, we can miss who we are. And we can also miss seeing whatever you want to call it, the divinity, the perfection in every moment, even if it doesn't feel that way. I woke up this morning thinking about this and thinking about, I had a little challenge yesterday with a personality, let's put it that way. And it brought out some of my personality and not my favorite part. And I kind of lost my patience, and I could feel sort of this discord in my body. It's the opposite of what my normal experience is, which is pretty smooth and present and loving, just like you, and compassionate and welcoming and kind and caring. And when it's a little static on the line, that's what happened when I felt this. And I realized, I can still be okay underneath that. I just have to dust my table, whatever that means, whether it means going for a walk or journaling or meditating or praying or talking to someone, whatever it may mean. There are many ways each one of us dusts our table, so to speak. So I thought about this poem, and I know you probably heard it before, but it's another Rumi poem. It's called The Guest House. I'm going to read it to you now. And if you've heard it before, I'm going to ask you to don your beginner's mind, and we can talk about what this poem means afterwards. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice. Meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. The discomfort is what I want to talk about. The discomfort can make us forget who we are, but it also sometimes is a call, just like a dark night of the soul can be a call to awaken, a call to remember who you are, a call to do the practices that nourish your soul so that you can be more soul-centered, unshakable, present, clear. Soul-centered happens when you are no longer dependent on external people, places, and things for your well-being. And well-being, I think, is what we could all focus on this year, is focusing on being well, being the operative word, rather than doing well. Maybe we can focus on being well. So with this guest house poem, Rumi's talking about this house where everything comes in that you didn't invite, a sudden experience of anger or jealousy or sadness or shame, and to welcome them all and not to worry that they're going to change you forever. Welcome them all, and they come and they go, just like a guest, just like a house guest, and not to cling to it, not to cling this, I'm always ashamed, or I'm always angry, or I'm always feeling blue, is to recognize everything is passing. I think it was Pema Chodron, I could be wrong, this American Tibetan Buddhist teacher, who says, you are the sky. Everything else is the clouds. The clouds clear, they come, they go, but there's this beautiful, clear, present, blue, beautiful part of you that is always present. It's that part of you that's looking through your eyes, that's far beyond the choices that you make, the people that you're living with, the jobs that you've taken, the body that you live in, the experience that you've had, far beyond your numbers and your letters. There's this unconditioned aspect of you that is just like that clear table, that is present, shiny, loving, ever present in your experience. It's that part of you that's been with you since you were born. And what meditation does is help to bring that to the forefront. Not that being human is a bad thing. In fact, these emotions help to bring us home. So we're going to work a little bit with those today as we do a little meditation for the next 20 minutes. Some of you know that the 5 essentials to meditation, I'll just go over them really quickly and then we'll meditate. First, it's okay if you get distracted. That's how life is. There's the bings, the bells, the whistles, the phones, the dog, the noises, the neighbors, the mind. It's okay if you get distracted. Your job in meditation is to come back to this moment, to your practice again and again and again and again. This is the training. This is the practice. Secondly, don't spend any time beating yourself up in meditation. We spend enough time doing that, sort of react in a reactionary way to certain things. So let's not do that. So if the mind wanders, treat your mind like it's a little puppy. Oh, come on back here. Come on back here. You don't yell at a puppy. Don't yell at yourself. Third, don't try to have an experience you're not having. Have the one you're having, even if it's different than the one I'm talking about. Fourth, begin each meditation with a beginner's mind. Even if you've been meditating a long time, perhaps you can simply meditate as if this is your first time, letting go of any expectations whatsoever. And lastly, let's stick with the whole practice. 20 minutes. I know the time is not refundable, but it's time well spent. So let's close the eyes if you like. As we meditate, you can sit comfortably with your eyes closed, or some people like to gaze softly toward their hands. I like to sit upright rather than lying down. Lying down turns it into a nap. You can put your hands face up, face down, however you like on your lap. You already know, many of you, how you like to meditate, and it's different for each one of us. There are no shoulds. Throughout the practice, if you like, you can shift your posture if you get a little uncomfortable. There are 3 ways to work with discomfort. First is to ignore it. That's just as enlightened as exploring it, which is just as enlightened as moving to get more comfortable. So explore it, ignore it, or move. So as we sit here, I'll keep track of the time. I'm going to invite you to take some deeper breaths through the nose, breathing in slowly and fully on the inhale, and breathing out slowly and fully on the exhale. Ideally through the nose if you can. Take 3 long, slow, deep breaths at your own pace. This sends a signal to your body that it's okay to relax as it massages that vagus nerve, which invites the parasympathetic response, the rest and digest response. And let your breath become natural. Breathing in naturally in and out through the nose if you can. Letting the breath slow down or speed up if it wants to. It might get deeper or shallower. However it shows up, let it be as it is. And as you sit here, you might become a little more aware of things outside of vision, such as sensations. Perhaps you notice the air on your skin, or the way the body responds to the breath with its gentle movements of swaying and expanding and contracting. If you notice you're trying to make something happen, you can let that go and simply be with what is happening. Letting go of that overlay of trying. Noticing the sensations on the external part of your body that faces the world, the air, the clothing on your skin, even the sensation of the hair on your head. Where your rear meets the seat or the cushion. Feeling your feet in your shoes or on the ground. Noticing the junction points where your body meets the world around you. Perhaps you can feel your entire body. And notice where you might begin or end. Or perhaps the edges seem to dissolve. Bringing your attention to your breath. And notice the sensations of breathing. Letting your breath charm your attention. Notice the movement of the inhale, the pause, and the movement of the exhale, and all the subtle sensations that your breath is. Noticing the end of the exhale, that pause as you inhale, and then notice the end of the inhale as it turns around to exhaling. You can bring your attention now to the internal sensations of being alive, the filling and emptying of your lungs, the movement of the rib cage, inviting the quality of your attention to be kind and loving rather than judgmental. Loving the sensations of breathing, of the body moving with the breath. Not wishing anything were different. Noticing the belly and the diaphragm as it moves right along with the breath without you having to do anything. And as you tune your attention to the breath in your interior, see if you can notice the way the energy in the body moves with the breath. For instance, you might feel an upward energy on the inhale or a downward energy on the inhale. It's a little related to, but not exactly, the breath. You might feel a downward energy on the inhale and an upward energy on the exhale. Maybe you feel an expanded energy or a contracted energy. They say whatever you look for, you will find. So simply just allow that curiosity and your awareness to follow the energy in the body. As you sense this energy, you might also begin to sense this feeling of aliveness. Perhaps you feel the energy of the hands, some tingling or warmth. Maybe you feel it in your face or your mouth. Begin to look for or feel into the energy in the body, the gentle heartbeat. It may even extend beyond the body. And there's no one way to feel this. It might simply be some warmth or a pulsing, like the blood in your veins circulating. And if you were to give this energy a quality, like bliss or love or joy or peace, what would it be? Inviting this energy now to envelop your entire body. This gentle sensation of aliveness. And for those of you who are visual, you might even see it as light. See, feel, or imagine that this aliveness, whatever your name is for it, is filling your body with light. It might even expand beyond the boundaries of your skin. And imagine now that with each breath, this inner light, this inner beauty or joy becomes more accentuated, more expanded. As you allow your true nature to shine. And drawing your attention now to the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Perhaps feeling the light of love in your heart center. Whether you see, feel, or imagine it, it's a spark of luminous goodness. And you might silently say this affirmation with each breath. I am luminous goodness. I am luminous goodness. Silently repeating this. Even in the face of resistance, knowing the truth of it. You can simply repeat, I am luminous. You might even see or imagine some light in the body. And simply shifting the affirmation to I am. Letting go of any need for affirmation or mantra. Simply resting as you sit here and glow naturally. And as we come out of meditation, I invite you to keep your eyes closed. Begin to invite some gentle movement or some deeper breath through your nose. You might bring your hands together in the Namaste position or the prayer position, allowing your thumbs to gently touch your heart as you keep your eyes closed, remembering this luminous goodness that you are. Tuning into the light of love that you are, that each person you meet is. May you remember who you are. May you continue to glow with the light of love. May you see in each and every person the same, whether they see it in themselves or not. Let's keep reminding each other of who we really are. The luminous sky and everything else is just clouds. So as you gently begin to open your eyes, you can let the light out or in. Doing it at your own pace, there's no rush. In fact, the slower you go, the better. And when you do open your eyes, you can bow to yourself, the light in you, anchoring it, remembering it. Don't let that fade from your awareness as it honors the light in everyone. That namaste. Let's all help to remind each other of who we really are, even when those guests come into the guest house. We know they're going to leave someday. So thanks for joining me today. It's great to remember that you glow with the light of love, that you are love, and that love lives through you as you. So I'm going to stop the recording now. Thanks for joining us on the recording, listening to us.